Alright, how can we get the Super Warfare mod? This mod is very recent and adds a ton of weapons and different items, including vehicles. It's a mod that transforms Minecraft into a military game, and it was released less than a year ago. It looks incredible. The interactions and features are amazing, and I'm trying to show you a bit of it. So let's take a look at how we can get it. First, we'll go to Super Warfare on CurseForge, then navigate to Files, Mod Loader, whatever version we want. I'm not sure if there are alpha files. No, there aren't any. They only upload official versions. For Forge, the latest version is for 1.20.1, and for NeoForge, the most recent version is for 1.21.1, okay? So there you have what you need. As you can see, it was released 8 months ago, and the last update was 2 months ago. It has 1,900,000 users. Now let's go to Relations, where we should find the Cloth Config API, Curious API, GeckoLib, and well, the Patchouli, okay? So, for example, let's take GeckoLib, click on Files and do the same thing. If we've selected Forge, then choose Forge and 1.20.1, 3 buttons and Get. Where should we save this file? Press Windows plus R, type App Data, click OK, then roaming.minecraft. Navigate to the mods folder, and this is where we'll save it. As you can see, we have Super Warfare, Cloth Config, Curious Forge, GeckoLib, Patchouli. That's it, it's that simple, okay? And that's how we can get this mod without any problem. Alright, when starting the mod, we'll be given a manual, okay? It shows us the basics, crafting recipes, controls, and lots of information to guide us, right? I'll try to guide you throughout this tutorial, keeping all this in mind, while also following a logical order, okay? So first, let's explain how to craft the hammer, alright? The hammer is the basic tool of this mod, okay? Its recipe simply uses 2 iron ingots, 1 iron block, and 2 sticks, placed on the crafting table to create the hammer. This hammer is used to process minerals into powder, okay? It's also used to make plates, right? For the copper plate, as you can see, we need the hammer, okay? Copper plus hammer gives us the copper plate. It also helps us get tungsten powder, right? We'd need the hammer to get it, plus other utilities we can see here like coal powder and iron powder, okay? So, yeah, it has durability and can be enchanted with mending and unbreaking and, well, different crafting recipes, right? Each based on its material, and it also does a ton of damage, 14 points, so the tool itself is really good. Netherite does 18, so it can serve as an attack tool if we want. I'm going to combine tungsten in Minecraft with Super Warfare. Basically, in this mod, tungsten is obtained by mining an ore called Estelite, okay? This is the ore right here, the Estelite. This mineral is found in the normal world, and you can use fortune to increase the number of drops. Once collected, Estelite is smelted in a furnace or blast furnace to get tungsten ingots. These tungsten ingots are converted into powder using the hammer. Got it? There you have it, tungsten ingots. We get the powder, and this unlocks more advanced materials to work with the mod. On how to get scheelite. Scheelite ore is the specific tungsten mineral, okay? It generates in the world like any other mineral and can be mined with the proper tools, okay? Basically, we need at least an iron pickaxe. This mineral is specifically found between Y level 0 and 64. That's the deep slate, and the ore itself from level 48 to 1. So we could find it from level 48 down to negative 64. And with this, we'd unlock tungsten. Well, how can we melt tungsten and steel in Minecraft Super Warfare? Basically, in this mod, the smelting process is critical. For example, tungsten requires either tungsten powder or raw scheelite, okay? Or from the ore itself, while steel ingots require cold iron powder, right? This is basically obtained by mixing cold powder and iron powder, and each is made with the hammer, okay? This way we get the powders. Any type of powder is obtained using the hammer. Then there are some like raw cemented, which is made by mixing several crafting recipes. But this way we're starting to unlock minerals like iron. Alright, how to make base powders with Super Warfare. Well, basically the creation of gunpowder in this mod is done using the hammer. Got it? When you use the hammer on different materials, you'll get variants of them, okay? As you can see here. So what happens? When we obtain these variants, recipes like iron powder, coal powder, and S7 tungsten allow us to make raw cemented carbide powder, a crucial element for progressing through the mod and crafting items. Plus, it has its own ingot, as you can see, the carbide ingot, which helps us advance further. I'll be able to make the rods, triggers, and springs. And this set of basic parts, well, they're used for weapons, okay? Their crafting follows a 4-component format using materials like steel or carbide. In the case of the trigger, it even includes different elements. So let's look at the rod. The rod is made with 2 tungsten, which as we remember is made by obtaining tungsten powder and melting it. And tungsten powder is obtained from tungsten ingots or by melting deep slates. And that's it, okay? Then we have cemented carbide, which is made with a tripwire hook and 2 cemented carbide ingots. This ingot was made with raw cemented carbide. Here we have crafting with tungsten powder and all kinds of powders. And then we have the spring, okay? With 3 cemented carbide ingots. This will help us make, look, a warhead, okay? That's used for making missiles, for example. It helps us make an epic material pack to get better weapons. It also helps us get a netherite spring and better items. It's a way to unlock the first crafting recipes in the mod. Alright, how can we craft material packs with super biggy warfare? The materials for mod packs are obtained by combining rods, triggers, and springs of the same material in the crafting recipes, okay? Plus it's in a 2x2 grid. For example, an iron barrel is made with 3 iron action, spring, and finally the iron trigger. Then we have the rare material, which is made with steel. Steel is made by smelting iron powder. Then we have the epic tier, made with cemented carbide ingot, okay? And finally we'd have the legendary tier, made with the carbide trigger passed through a netherite ingot to get the netherite trigger without any issues. These packs are consumed when crafting weapons and such, or even in the recipes we see here on the smithing table. And that's how crafting works, okay? So it's very important, you know, these will be essential for getting weapons within the mod, okay? We're going to need to craft them many times. Alright, to progress with the MOD, how can we craft or create primers and copper plate? These are used to make ammunition, and primers serve as the base for all bullets, okay? As we'll see, here we have all the bases, and we absolutely need the primer. The primer is crafted with a copper plate and a piece of flint, and the copper plate is made with an ingot and the netherite hammer. Important note, copper plates aren't just for making primers, they're also essential components for various other crafting recipes, so we'll need them for those recipes and also for vehicle assembling, got it? How can we craft handgun ammo in Minecraft with Super B Warfare? The handgun ammo is made by combining ingredients, as we're about to see, okay? It's this one here. It's crafted with 2 copper plates, gunpowder, a primer, and a copper ingot. Got it? This gives you batches of pistol ammunition. As you can see, it shows the handgun ammo that I have equipped. It says it right there, see it? 256 rounds of ammo. Every time I right click, if I were in survival mode, I'd fire them. Okay? Important. If I die, let's see, if I die here and respawn, you'll see I drop this box, right? It contains all my ammunition. That means if we were on a server with other players, they could take our ammo too. This ammunition would be useful for a pistol, for example. It's the handgun ammo at the end. We'd press R to reload, okay? And then we could use a pistol without any problems. Got it? As you can see, this is what it looks like when you shoot. It looks really, really good. The animations are incredible, right? It's true that the 3D models might lag a little bit. I don't know if it's because I'm using shaders. Nah, without the shaders too, they still lag a bit, but not as much. And yeah, it definitely looks amazing. So yeah, there we have it. I'm going to show you how to make rifle ammo. This rifle ammo is made with 2 copper plates, a primer, gunpowder, and a steel ingot. The steel ingot is made with coal iron powder, which comes from coal powder, basically made by hammering coal. And then on the other side, we have the other material, which is iron powder, made from iron, okay? With this, we'll basically have access to a rifle weapon, like an AK. It seems there are critical hits in this game. And now, as you can see, we can reload without any problems. It shows I have 1900 bullets. It's as simple as right-clicking to add bullets. I had the box after all. This is really good ammunition because it gives you access to some very powerful rifles. The warden killed me here because I don't have armor, but as you can see, he must be low on health. So there we have it, and that's it. It's that simple. Alright, how do we make shotgun shells? Okay, these are weapons for shotguns made with lead ingots, which are crafted from raw galena. We'll explain how to get raw galena in the next video, and with copper plates, primer, and gunpowder, okay? For example, if I spawn an iron golem now, I can equip the bullets with right click, as you can see I've done there, and now it's as simple as just aiming, right? As you can see, a homemade shotgun like this deals a ton of damage, just a ton. I mean, it's completely overpowered, and if you get a headshot, don't even get me started, okay? So anyway, this is how we can use these weapons without any issues. Very well, we have galena here, okay? I'm going to show you how to get it and how it works. Well, first of all, we need to get the ore, right? And we can use this ore as a lead ingot. This will be useful for making the grape shot warhead, which helps create grape shot shells. We also have the option to make shotgun ammunition, okay? Basically, as you can see, this is ammo for short-range weapons that are very, very powerful, okay? I mean, don't misunderstand me. I'm trying to find the grape shot. I'm not really sure what weapon uses this ammunition, honestly. Maybe it's tank ammunition, but it looks like some kind of tank ammo from what we can see. Look, it lets me put it in the tank and set it to grip mode. Indeed, it's tank ammunition, okay? So, anyway, how do you get galena? We can find galena without any problem between heights 36 and -64, okay? This is how we get galena, so that's it, simple as that. How can we get silver ore? Well, basically we can get silver ore by going to layers 48 down to -64, okay? Important to note, the silver ore will be useful to us, but first we'll collect it all in its ore form, right? As raw silver. And then we can smelt it to make silver blocks and also silver bullets. Got it? That silver bullet is basically a type of ammo. It says, deals extra damage to undead entities. It doesn't seem to have any other use, which surprises me. I mean, it really has no other purpose, and honestly, I'm not sure if having a mineral with only one utility is cool or not, but well, there it is, so that's how you get it. Alright, how can we get sniper ammo? This ammunition is crafted with 2 copper plates, a tungsten ingot, gunpowder, and primer, okay? So it's pretty easy to obtain. It also gives us access to tools like snipers, right? They're very good since critical hits are rewarded here, and with a sniper it's very easy to land a critical hit. And well, to use the bullets, just right click, okay? And there we have it, no problem. So you can see how much damage a sniper does. 99 damage, right? 99 to the head. Of course, with modifications and such, everything changes, but this gives you a reference of how powerful one of these weapons can be. Alright, how can we craft heavy ammo? This would be heavy ammunition for weapons like LMGs, miniguns, and large caliber guns. It's crafted using 2 copper, 1 steel ingot, so quite affordable with a good price point. We're looking at gunpowder, copper ingots, and a primer. Got it? Let me show you a bit about how much damage a weapon of this type can do, okay? So I just grabbed the M2HB, which is only rare tier, so not even that powerful, and with just 2 bullets I took out, well, not just any bullets, these were critical hits. 30 damage per crit seems crazy, and body shots do 40, that's no joke. If I go up against a warden with this, well, it's going to be pretty easy for me. Also, as you can see, it has this heating mechanic, which isn't really about the weapon itself, and the recoil, see? You can see how it keeps climbing up, so yeah, it's going to heat up now. Let's see if I can get it to overheat completely where the gun has to stop firing, and to load the bullets, you just right click and that's it. How can we get the blueprints? These are obtained, well, they're super important, okay? Because without them, we can't craft any type of item. And these blueprints are mainly found in loot chests, okay? They can appear in dungeons, mine shafts, and structures generated by other mods, like Lost Cities. Each blueprint shows you the weapon or vehicle and its rarity by color, okay? Like white, blue, purple, or orange. These blueprints are consumed when crafting the weapon, okay? For example, this one here, basically to craft a weapon, well, as you can see, once we get the first blueprint, we can duplicate it, okay? Then to craft the weapon, just put the insidious and ingot and the path material, which isn't very expensive. So crafting weapons is actually quite cheap in this mod. In the end, that's what we want, right? To play with weapons, so that's how you get them. Alright, how can we duplicate blueprints? In Super Big Warfare, we have all kinds of blueprints that, as you know, are obtained from loot boxes, right? Basically, these are loot boxes from Minecraft itself. To duplicate them, we simply need diamonds and the twist lock copy. I'm not sure if this works with all blueprints, so let's try a legendary one to clear up any doubts. This is a rare one, and a legendary one duplicates in exactly the same way, okay? So we just need the initial copy, which as I mentioned is obtained by looting chests, and then we can start duplicating. Alright, how can we craft guns in Minecraft with super big warfare? To craft a pistol, you basically need 3 elements: the weapon blueprint, the appropriate tier material pack, and a specific item like an ingot or similar. So basically for this weapon we would need a block 17 blueprint, right? A common material pack, which is made like this, and an iron ingot. With this setup we can use the weapon as long as we have the ammunition it requires here. It's asking for handgun ammo. Not sure if you can see it, okay? There it is, handgun ammo. So once we have that ammunition, we can use the weapon without any problems. Alright, how can we use the Glock? And the Glock, well, it's very easy to use, okay? It has movement, sprint, and reload animations. To use it, we'll fill our handgun ammo inventory or whatever ammo the weapon requires. As you can see here, it says handgun ammo and we right click. See how I'm equipping myself in my imaginary inventory? That's handgun ammo. I now have 800 bullets. So this way, if I switch to survival mode, I'll have those 800 bullets. Okay? Then on the other hand, you shoot with the left click, okay? Boom, boom, boom. And right click is how we aim. Okay? As you can see, headshots do more damage, okay? Normally I take off 6 health points, but with a headshot, I'm not sure how much I just took off. Let's see, 8, okay? The Glock is one of the starter weapons, and as you can see, the HUD shows us the name, armor type, ammo count, and fire mode, right? Right now it's in single shot mode. Let's try pressing in, which I have mapped differently, but it seems this gun doesn't have many firing modes. It shows me here, fire mode in. It seems it has no other modes, but if we picked up another weapon like the AK, right, we could choose between single shot, okay, or automatic, okay? You can see it changing in the bottom right, and to reload, just press R. Got it? Obviously, we can change all these controls and configure them however we want without any problem, okay? Alright, how can we use the revolver? In the Super Big Warfare mod, the revolver stands out for its animations. Look how good it looks when you reload it and everything. We just need handgun ammo, okay, to be able to use it. You can craft it with a blueprint, a common material rack, and a steel ingot, and we can simply use it without any problem. It currently deals 16 damage or more if you get a headshot, and that's how you use it. Alright, how to use the M. This weapon is an SMG, as you can see, that also uses handgun ammo. It has its own aiming system. It's called Vector, okay? Vector SMG, I misspoke. Basically, it's the main SMG of the mod. It has 3 firing modes. The first one, by changing the N, is single shot mode. Then we have burst mode, which fires 3 bullets. An automatic mode, which releases a continuous stream of bullets without any issue. It also supports attachments. As you can see, if I press H, I can make different configurations, change the stock, swap the magazine, and modify the sight on the Vector. All these modifications affect our weapon. Right now it holds 33 bullets, but if I attach this and reload, I can load 70 bullets. Obviously this means I'll take longer to reload and so on, but also so you can see that the elements are configurable too. I can add a silencer if I want, which makes it much quieter. The sight also, as I mentioned, you can change it, and the stock. Right, the stock helps us a bit to stabilize the weapon and so on. Okay, you see now it barely moves, but if I put on a stock like this, the screen shakes a bit more. We also see this attachment, which should help stabilize as well. Right, you see there it hardly moves at all. So, well, this all depends on what each person wants to use. Keep in mind that I think the more stable, the less damage or something like that, okay? So there you have it. Alright, how do you switch between firing modes? It's actually very easy. By default, we have the key right here, down here, which is N, okay? As you can see, I'm now in single shot mode, now in burst mode, okay? Each time I click, I'll fire 3 bullets, and now automatic mode, where you just hold down and it fires all these bullets. This configuration is available in all 3 control settings. If we scroll all the way down, we have the fire mode with N, where it says Super Big Warfare. Here we can change it if we want, okay? So that's it, simple as that. Today we're going to be adding attachments. The attachments in the Super Big Warfare mod are managed through a customization interface, and basically when you press the H key, right? Even in survival mode, it allows me, as you can see, to change the attachments, okay? It seems pretty straightforward, right? I mean, I don't need to do anything special, okay? I don't need to equip the attachments or anything, simply be ready and that's it. And it's customizable. There are many attachments that change actual stats like recoil, magazine capacity, zoom and more, okay? So keep that in mind, alright? As I mentioned, you open it with the H key interface. Let's see how to use HK 416 and AK rifles. Basically, these rifles use rifle ammo. With N, we can switch between single shot or automatic fire. Same for all of them, okay? And, well, they have fire modes, as I mentioned, and support attachments like silencers, okay? If I press H now, we can add silencers, change the stabilizer, make the magazine bigger, and swap out the sight if we want better visibility, or modify the stock, okay? So now we have this weapon that's basically more of a sniper rifle than anything else, right? Obviously, it takes much longer to reload because we've installed a much larger magazine, and as you can see, it doesn't really make sense, okay? Same with the AK, okay? It's also configurable by pressing H and the AK-12 too, okay? Can we use scope and dynamic zoom? Well, many weapons can be equipped with scopes and dynamic zoom without any issues. When you press H, if we put on the best sight, okay? It's down here, okay? Up here, sorry. If we aim, as you can see, we can zoom with the mouse wheel, going from this wider view where hitting targets might be harder to this zoomed in view, okay? This happens with weapons like the HK416, okay? And other weapons too. It's also important to be able to control your breathing. As you can see, we have it down here in the bar at the bottom, okay? It only appears when we're using it. When we're aiming, the sight will move, especially with maximum zoom, it moves too much. But if I hold my breath while crouching, I can shoot much more stably, okay? I will show how to control recoil, which in Super Warfare appears as vertical and horizontal movement when firing, and equipping proper grips and stocks, okay? Like this one here, the more stable they are, the better we can fight against recoil. You see now there's practically no recoil. This way, we can save ammunition and prevent our aim from drifting too far from the target. It's also important to mention that we can use the controller to hold our breath, keeping the sight steady, okay? If I'm not pressing the controller, as you can see, the sight is moving and I'm doing absolutely nothing. It's just the player's breathing. However, when I use the controller, we get a white bar at the bottom that decreases and we can shoot without needing to use that or to have that recoil control. Of course, controlling recoil isn't the same as holding your breath, okay? But it also helps with weapon stability. I'll show you how to configure ADS aiming sensitivity. Basically, you adjust it using the page up and page down keys. Got it? As you can see, it says current sensitivity of this gun -1. Oh, OD6 to change the weapon sensitivity without any issues. This obviously depends on what you prefer and so on, right? Very well. How do you use snipers? Well, I've chosen the Kar 98. I think I've been completely original, right? It's one of the most typical car rifles that exist, okay? It doesn't have any kind of configuration, it seems. Let me see if any others allow me to configure them. I don't know if, like the SVD, for example. The SVD looks like it will let me. There it is. And we can change the sight a bit, okay? As you can see, it doesn't have many magazine options. We also have other rifles like the SKS, the M98B, the NTW20, and others, okay? This is the SVD, for example. We have the Marlin, what I've been telling you about, right? And basically, they can have different firing modes, although I haven't seen any, okay? But it's true that if you use a rifle with a scope as a sniper, you will have different types of shots, okay? So keep that in mind. And also remember, you can use the control to stabilize your breathing. Right now, as you can see, I'm not holding my breath. If we crouch down, okay? Now I stabilize the breathing, and this way I can shoot without any problem at my target, okay? And eliminate it this way. Well, it didn't kill him, okay? Eliminate it with just one shot, okay? In terms of shooting futuristic weapons, the Super Big Warfare mod adds various futuristic weapons like energy rifles or a sentinel, okay? Like a sniper rifle, and the sentinel, for example, can be charged by holding down the fire button, and other weapons have energy bars like this one here, okay? These need to be refilled probably with energy mods, since I haven't seen any other way to refill them. But look, we have regeneration, which basically makes energy tools automatically regenerate power, okay? So now this weapon will regenerate energy instead of losing it, okay? Which is pretty cool. I'm sure there are more effective ways to regenerate energy than this, okay? These weapons typically have eye-catching visual effects, as we can see, and unique charging mechanics that set them apart from ballistic weapons. Very good. let's check out LMGs in Minecraft with super big warfare. There are different LMGs, such as the RPK, the M60, okay? They use heavy rifle ammo, as we can see, and magazines that can be very, very extended, as we're seeing. A different stock, we can change the silencer, we can add sights, okay? Even configurable sights, so these are quite customizable weapons, and they definitely deal a lot of damage, okay? Here we have a Warden, okay? We're going to give it a warning shot, okay? As you can see, if I use all the ammo, the Warden goes down, okay? I haven't even used half of it. So they're ideal for defending positions and supporting other players in combat, or even for pushing forward. It's true that you'll move much slower, okay, with this weapon, but wow, it helps us clear areas. It's true that for long distances with such a far sight, it might not be the best. Or maybe it is, because it seems quite stable, honestly. So yeah, it's all about testing it out. Nothing like a sniper, right? But it's a machine gun, and there you have it. You can see it, right? Rifle ammo, that's it. How to use the minigun in Minecraft with Super B Warfare. As you can see, the minigun has an adjustable RPM system, right? Where we can set the RPM, basically revolutions per minute, to control how many bullets we want it to fire. As you can see, if I set it to 300, the barrel rotates slower, and at 2400, it rotates much faster. This also affects the speed at which we fire bullets. This speed setting is independent, okay? At 300 RPM, we can shoot stably and maintain this rate almost indefinitely without the weapon overheating. It actually cools down, see? So this really depends on what we want to do. Now, about the ammunition. I'm not sure if this weapon needs reloading, doesn't look like it, right? So we're going to be able to shoot based on whatever we want to spend, okay? And, well, I'd like to add a Warden here just to do a quick little test, okay? So you can see what kind of weapon we're talking about, okay? I mean, it just wipes everyone out. This thing completely wipes everyone out. The thing is, it's not good for long distance or anything, uses tons of ammo, but it's true. And it overheats, okay? So it leaves you pretty vulnerable if it completely overheats. But it is true that once it cools down from the red, it works again. It's a weapon that's really broken, and that's why it appears as legendary, okay? In the end, it is what it is, a very, very powerful legendary weapon. Let's look at how to use shotguns like the A12 or M870, okay? These use shotgun ammo. Well, these weapons have different firing modes, like single shot or automatic, whatever we prefer. It's manual action, reloading one cartridge at a time, okay? Like the M870 here. If I use all my ammo now, I'll reload cartridge by cartridge, as we're seeing, okay? Looks really cool, as you can see. And well, no need to say how powerful they are. I mean, you see it. 50 damage, okay? We have the A12 that does about the same damage. I don't know if they work at long range. If the mod is well made, they should, right? 191. You know that? Well, no you don't. Shotguns, unlike what many games suggest, work up to 200 meters away, okay? Seems the mod got that right. Yeah, right, I don't believe it. Let's see. 162. 160, so no, so it didn't get it right. Let's see, 160. Boom, there it goes. Oh, let's see, I don't know exactly how these weapons work, okay? But I'll tell you, in the real world, they can reach up to 200 meters. That sounds quick to say, but it's actually quite a long distance. Obviously, the bullets can spread out more or less, but the damage is still very powerful, right? In the end, as you'll understand, these are video games, and video games need to be balanced somehow, which is why they made this type of weapon more short range, because otherwise it would be too overpowered, okay? So yeah, it uses shotgun ammo, and well, they're useful considering the logic of the mod, basically effective against groups of mobs, okay? Taking advantage of the spread pattern and such, okay? To take out multiple mobs at once. You see that if they're spread out and I shoot, theoretically it should damage different ones, okay? Like you're seeing there, okay? How they disperse. And the same goes for this one, okay? So yeah, and it doesn't do little damage either, huh? How can we use the RPG and the M? Over here we have a Warden. Go to sleep, yes sir. Okay, so how does the RPG work? Well, the RPG is configurable with two different ammunition types, okay? It has the PG7 UVM ammo or the Yasin 105 TBG. It depends on what we're looking for, right? So it'll equip one weapon or another. As you can see, we can aim, right? It takes away a lot of health, see? This Warden isn't at full health. Let's set him to full health. 500 health and, oh, he was at full health already. It takes away 450 health. Obviously, it's a very difficult projectile to hit with. We also have the M79, which works with grenades, okay? A grenade takes away about 120 health, see? Not sure if headshots make a difference, I'll try, but Yes, it seems like they do, don't they? They can demolish light structures and enemy groups, and both launchers represent the basic portable explosives category in the Super Big War Warfare mod. Okay? How to use the Javelin? Well, the Javelin, which is basically the FGM 148, uses missiles, okay? That's the Javelin missile. I'll show you how to craft it with the AP warhead, which I've already shown before, okay? Also, we need sugar to make this, the missile engine, which is made with grains, okay? Then we also have the Seeker, which is made with amethyst and other materials. And this is for how many? For 1 ammunition. We can also use the wire guide missile. Well, we can swap it out, okay? Which I think helps us use the tool itself, right? Oh, actually, I don't know. No, it's for another weapon, okay? So basically, this weapon first requires you to lock onto a target like this one here, okay? And then you fire. The missile follows a high arc and then descends on the target, effective at long range against mobs and vehicles, okay? It's one of the most advanced guided weapons, okay? So basically we hold down the button. Once we've locked on, we release, and there goes the missile, okay? The missile, what? It didn't hit, right? Let's try again. Yes, it hit, okay, there it is. We release, oh yes, it definitely hit. And that's basically what it does. These are guided missiles. So they're very powerful at long distances because you're practically guaranteed to hit your target, and that's how it works. Alright, how does the reforge table work? Well, basically the gun reforge table is crafted using this recipe here, which is the ancient CPU, okay? And the ancient CPU, well, where do you get it? It says mysterious ancient technology, which can be found in the ancient cities. So we're going to have to go to an ancient city, okay? And make sure to duplicate it before using it, please, because it seems quite difficult to obtain. So as you can see here, it allows us to take a weapon and apply these effects we'll see here, which are the warfare perks, okay? Each of these elements can be crafted and has its own recipe, okay? Here I definitely recommend that you have the gem. And basically they let us add explosive bullets, AP bullets, powerful attraction, and many effects, okay? All applied through the gun reforge, okay? Allowing you to adjust penetration, damage, bullet speed, or additional effects like explosions or item attraction. Some perks are craftable while others are obtained through trading with armor villagers, okay? After applying perks, the weapon displays icons and stats without modifications. Let's take a normal weapon like an AK-12 and it shows us available perks, right? Explosive bullets, for example. So let's grab those explosive bullets, okay? We open this, put the AK here, hit craft, and there it appears, see? As you can see, we have this plus and minus, right? Which I assume is to set how many we want. Here I've put 20, okay? I'm in creative mode, obviously, but I understand if you're in survival, they'll tell you to chill out, right? Let's see if I hit craft there, boom. Or not, it doesn't matter. Let me put 20 on it. It doesn't matter. It lets me set it to 20. Reducing damage and speed, but bullets will explode on impact when fired. Great, I really love this feature. Now let's go back for a moment. Here I have it, and the bullets do indeed explode, see? So basically we can apply tons of different effects, as I mentioned. I mean, it's not just explosions, it can also be... it says aiming increases body damage, body shots boost headshot damage, kill clip that basically increases weapon damage after a final blow, increased damage to monsters, increased damage to bosses, right? So it has tons of options. And to help you understand, if I target a guardian and shoot, I'm taking 50 health points, see? Plus I could head to the mine with this if I wanted, right? I do this and go mining because I need diamonds. Just kidding, just kidding. But anyway, these are some of the features. Alright, let's take a look at the mortars. And in this mod, right, well, there are mortars which are quite simple. They're made with mortar barrel, which is crafted this way with mortar bipod, made like this, and with mortar base plate, okay? Nothing's easier than taking the mortar shell, right-clicking it, and firing the bullet. I don't know if I'll be able to track it. It's tricky, honestly, but I think it's this thing here. I don't know. What will the mortar's effect be? Let's put a bullet here so it explodes right away. We can see it doesn't have a super big explosion, right? So here, how can we adjust it, right? First of all, it has lots of bullets, okay, that we can choose to load, right? These are different bullets with shock effects, slow falling, right? Tons and tons of devices with different effects. This one, for example, has +3 damage, so it would be best with instant damage or no effects, meaning they're explosive. What I want here is explosion. No, it doesn't seem too explosive, does it? So how do you adjust it? Well, basically if you crouch, right, while holding shift, you can configure without any problem where the bullet is going to land. I don't know how long it takes to fall, I can't tell you, because it seems to send it out of orbit before it falls, okay? And it applies this effect, as you can see. In this case, this one has no effect, okay? But if we took another one, I don't know, slowness, right? Then we'd configure where it needs to fall, okay? As you can see, it shows a range of 27 meters. So if we know roughly how many blocks away it is, we're more than set. And now whoever enters this radius will have slowness. I think it's not very useful unless this hits like crazy and takes a ton of your health. Let's put there. Slowness 4 isn't very interesting because really, what's the chance that with a mortar where the bullet takes 10 seconds to arrive, and it just changed, by the way, because I changed it, right? When it takes like 10 seconds for the bullet to arrive, what's the probability this will hit you? It's pretty low, isn't it? Either you set them automatically, which I don't know if you can. I took about 30 health from this warden just by hitting it. Either you set them automatically or you tell me how you do it, right? I'm going to try to set it automatically, okay? With a dispenser. Oh, look, if you crouch, you can rotate it too. Okay, let's see. Boom, boom. Come on, please. What can we do? Boom. With a dispenser, you can shoot it too. Ah, look. This just convinced me a bit more, huh? This just convinced me a little more. And with a dropper, it'll work. Hey, boom, it recharges automatically. Great, wonderful. That's exactly what I meant. If you can reload it automatically, perfect, okay? It's important to note that the mortar launches projectiles in an arc, right? Causing explosions and screen shake, making them ideal weapons for bombing distant targets, okay? But really distant ones. We're talking about shooting up to 1,000 blocks away, okay? As you can see, 760 blocks. Alright, how do we craft C4 and claymores? Let's see. We have C4, which are timed explosives that will basically explode in 20 seconds. We have this other one too, so you're basically placing explosives, right? And in about 20 seconds, they're going to explode. They still have some time left. Let's see, they must be close now. I don't know exactly how much time, it doesn't show it, right? There it is. 3, 2, 1, and ta-da, here it comes, boom. Got it? And then there are these that have a remote control, okay? And we have the claymores, right? The claymores, you place them and detonate with a trigger, okay? Detonator. Let's see. Boom, there it goes. See? This way we can activate, or rather detonate the C4, okay? And then to activate claymores, these basically detonate by proximity, right? So if I spawn a warden now, he'll get hit by the whole thing. There you have it. Yes, it's for you. It's a little gift I brought you. Yes, I know you don't like it, but it's all yours. No, don't come near me, no. I like how the warden just stares at them, you know? Come on, time to sleep, okay? So that's how they work. Theoretically, claymores have much larger explosions while C4S have smaller ones, but it seems the mod hasn't implemented that either. I guess it's for optimization to prevent lag and such. That's fine by me. Alright, let's see how to make explosive drones, okay? First, a drone is crafted with propellers, a motor, okay, and a cell, which is basically energy. To control it, we'll use the monitor, which is crafted like this, okay? Now we right-click, connect, and we can easily move this device here, okay? If we right-click, we'll release the drone, okay? As you can see, when it hits the target, it explodes. The drone can be equipped with RGOs, okay, which are basically grenades. I'm not sure how to attach them. Oh, look, I just placed them directly. So right-clicking, you see it has them underneath. Now I can place grenades, use a monitor, okay, and easily head to the target. Not sure if I can fire directly. Don't know what button to use. Maybe right-click. Well, I'm out of drones now. Yeah, but nothing, just so you can see a little bit of how it works, okay? So you shoot the bomb, it falls, and you also have a pretty nice camera, right? I mean, I have to say that the camera itself is really cool. So this is not bad for grabbing our targets and torturing them a bit. And I'm wondering what the maximum distance is. I think after about 120 or so, it disappears. I guess it also depends on what we can load, and there it seems to regain connection a bit. There it is. So from 100 onwards, it gets a bit... It doesn't like that, you know? It has unlimited life, okay? And basically, it can be destroyed when crashing or going out of range, okay? This time it exploded, okay? We can also use it to make contact and explode. I don't know if more grenades means better, I'm not sure, but for example, we could approach here with 6 grenades. No, oh yes, all 6 do explode. Yes, my goodness, so it is better, okay. Alright, let's see how to use charging stations. We have these 2 charging stations here. One is from creative mode, which you get for charging, and the other is this one, okay? It says, Generates power by consuming fuel or food. It also accepts FE energy input from other mods and such. We can recharge vehicles and other things, so if I place it, it shows 0 out of 100, okay? To charge this, we need to add some type of fuel. Let's put in some coal blocks, okay? And now it starts charging. It can store up to 4 million, and it seems to charge quite slowly. Range, height range. As you can see, it's filling up bit by bit. This way we can power vehicles, turrets, within a certain radius, meaning they'll be powered wirelessly, or we have the creative variant, which gives infinite energy. Vehicles and structures in range will receive wireless energy without needing charge. Many systems like tanks, helicopters, laser towers won't work without enough power, so that's something to keep in mind. Alright, how to craft vehicles in Minecraft with Super Bio Warfare. So we have this vehicle assembling table, which is made with 3 iron, 3 steel smiting table, glass panes, okay? And the steel ingots are made by melting coal iron powder with coal powder and so on. Basically, this tool allows us, as you can see, to craft all kinds of devices. We click on assembly here, okay? And it gives us a container with the device. This container opens with this thing here, okay? It's a crowbar, and for some reason Minecraft just changed the color to green. Ah, okay. It's showing me how big it's going to be. I was getting worried, huh? And it just put a green filter on me. Well, you right click and it opens here and what you were looking for appears, okay? Your precious tank, okay? So, to exit, wow, what was I thinking? It's left alt, okay? Well, with this we can craft all kinds of tanks, okay? More advanced ones, all kinds of tools like turrets, okay? Truth is, we won't have time to show everything, okay? But we'll be able to teach a little bit. It's not that we don't have time, it's just that they all work similarly, okay? There are just different upgrade variants. Man, I really want to craft a sweet airplane, huh? Look, a wheelchair for you guys, because I see we struggle a bit sometimes. Let's put this over here, right click, take. And now right click on the plane. How does this thing work? Yes sir, go ahead. It has, oh my goodness. It has no ammo because I haven't loaded it. That's just how I am. If I crash, I'll die, right? Exactly. Well, that's super cool. Important to mention that the materials are here, in case you haven't seen them. Steel block, okay? Light armament module, okay? And all this stuff can be crafted and found in chests, okay? How can we able to open containers? Well, once we've crafted our assembling table, right, and we craft whatever we want, like this helicopter, we'll get a container, okay? Once we've spent everything. To open it, we need a crowbar, right, made with 2 iron and a sterling ore. Right click and voila. That's it, simple as that, okay? I understand some people might find it a bit difficult to figure out how to open it, so I thought of adding this. It's important to know that some require energy. For example, this one needs 5 million MFE, okay? So we'd need a charging station nearby, otherwise I won't be able to make it work. Important, if you crash these vehicles, you're done for. So be careful, okay? And that's it. Simple as that. Alright, how to use MBT tanks. Okay, in Super Big War 4, well, basically we get a sampling table, okay? Here we have a bunch of different tanks, okay? And we have this one here. This one requires energy. Let's charge it with a charging station, okay? You'll need to obtain energy through fuel and other resources. And basically they require charges, okay? Like forge energy and use different types of shells, okay? I'm going to get in, and as you can see it shows AP GCM Great 1 2.7, okay? So all these ammunition types are what a tank would use. To dismount, use left alt, okay? If we go to controls, we can see it here, okay? I already have right control, but yours will be set to left alt by default, okay? Now let's try to load some ammunition, which is this here, P, AP, CM, and GS, okay? So all this stuff, when you crouch down, let's see, now it works. And once we put it in the inventory, we need to press R to reload, okay? And now as you can see, we have the ammunition, the PM, okay? For example, this one here, we have the Great, okay? Which is also a bit more explosive, like this one here. We have the machine gun, okay? We also have the ability to zoom, by the way. Just so you know, switching between weapons will cost you, okay? We have the P shell, okay? Which is another explosive weapon. And the HE, okay? Each of these bullets will have its own type of explosion and effect. Okay, let's try them on cows, and well, as you can see, the HE makes a pretty big explosion. Important, we can press F5 to be able to see, and also this type of, these tanks can take hits. Yes, okay. But as you can see, it shows 54 health there. I want to check if they float, okay? Because I have my doubts. Or they don't float, but I mean, if they can survive in water, or if they just, oops, sorry, if they simply go to sleep. And it seems like yes, okay? It looks like you can survive in water with a tank, so that's perfect, right? But it's not ideal, it's not ideal. They're heavily armored vehicles, even resistant to C4 and mines, okay? If we want to destroy a tank, we'll definitely need explosives, right? Because normal weapons don't penetrate. So if I take a grenade, let's see, wait, boom, and I leave it next to it, it has 270 health, okay? That way we can chip away at its health, right? These types of weapons are necessary because otherwise it's truly impossible. As you can see there, the health appears. We can also use RPGs, okay? Or guided weapons for this type of vehicle. Just threw a smoke grenade and now you can't see. Well, it says 166 there. As you can see, it's regenerating, okay? So we have to destroy it quickly, right? There it seems to be burning in flames, see? We can see it's burning a bit and we can finish destroying it without any problem as long as we have explosives and such. Basically, tanks will make movement easier, but they're not invincible either. Alright, so we have a helicopter here and I'm going to show you how to operate it. Basically, we need a creative or a charging station. It doesn't have to be creative. By the way, check out this Aurelia scepter I found. It's shotgun armor, okay? Pretty interesting. So let's get in, okay? As you can see, it has lots of signals and stuff that can be useful to us. It uses ammo of small rockets, okay? Small rockets and 20mm, okay? We'd equip this here if we wanted to fire it, okay? To get out, press the key we have assigned. I wonder what type of rockets these are. Small caliber rockets, 29, right? Let's see, there it is. Small rockets and they'll recharge there, okay? Once we're inside, we use W to activate the rotors, okay? And basically we control ascent with the spacebar. There you can see it, okay? In this section here, you can see what I'm ascending or descending. That's why it's important to see this, because I can know how much I'm climbing and descending. So the helicopter needs to go up to avoid crashing, okay? I should mention it's very unstable, okay? I mean, not exactly unstable, it's very sensitive, okay? You've seen how with just 4 turns, it literally went to sleep, okay? Let's try again. I'm telling you, you'll need practice, okay? And above all, stay calm. If I spin too much, the problem is the spin stays locked, okay? I recommend staying at higher altitudes, okay? Try to use F5 if possible, okay? Stay high, because otherwise you can crash very easily, okay? Now let's try the calibrated ones, okay? I'd like to fire them, and as you can see, they shoot just as you saw, okay? I shoot there, and there go the explosions, okay? Boom, and boom, and boom. We can fire several rockets simultaneously. So yeah, using A and D to turn is really tricky, okay? Look how easily it destabilizes, okay? We can even do loops, okay? I almost did a loop. We can even do loops, okay? It destabilizes very easily with A and D, so be very careful with that. Let me show you how to use the A10 fighters, okay? Basically the Thunderbolt. Well, basically you place it, then open it with a crowbar. It needs power first of all. There we have it. And now they need, well, ammunition for themselves, okay? Like this big missile and the medium aerial bomb. Let's go over here and equip them, as you can see, okay? The same goes for these missiles. It also uses other ammo types like 30mm rounds and small rockets, okay? This, basically, if we search for small, it shows up, okay? Small caliber rocket, and also if we search for 30, it should appear too. It's this rifle one, right? I think so. So we crouch down, put it in, and now we should be able to use the, well, at least the small rockets are loading, okay? The 30mm ammo still doesn't seem to be working. If it's not the rifle ammo, then it must be the handheld one, but that seems a bit odd, doesn't it? Well, it must be something else, okay? It must be this here. Let's see. Rifle ammo, right click. All right, let's head over there. To accelerate, basically press W, point upward. Okay, that's how you take off. Now we have the plane working, as you can see, right? And 2, to land, we'd press S to reduce speed and simply head to a relatively flat area to stop slowly, okay? So our beloved plane doesn't explode. Important to set it to 0 and then we can leave without any problem. I finally found what ammunition it was. It's these small caliber shells, okay? Now we use this. It works as a machine gun, as you can see, right? If we use the small rockets, they'll function as rockets. If we use the MK, I'm gonna blow myself up. Oh my goodness, I hadn't realized, sorry. And well, if we use the others, the other one, the AGM, they're guided missiles, okay? There we have them, see? They're remote controlled. Needs energy, okay? Important. I don't know if I've said it already, but it needs energy. So it's important to connect it to a creative charging station or just a charging station, okay? I'll try to find a target. There it locks on and fires guided missiles at it, as you can see, and that's it, okay? This is literally the most fun part of the plane. So yeah, that's how it works, okay? As always, don't complicate things, okay? Don't use A and D because while doing flips is cool, it gives you little reaction time, okay? I mean, it helps us turn, but only if we use it very carefully, okay? And remember, these aren't elytra wings, so turning is harder, okay? Let's not get carried away and let's park it again. And that's how simple it is to use this fighter jet. We have the control, okay? This helps us to brake, so keep that in mind too. Okay, how do we use laser defense? There are many types of defense systems, right? And well, they work almost automatically, okay? This one, for example, has different modes, see? I understand one mode is activated and another deactivated, and basically it destroys everything around it, right? Like this zombie here, it should shoot at it. Look, there it goes, shooting with a laser. Like this turret, there are many more. There's this one, this one, this one. All these simply do the same thing. You place it, boom, open it, it needs energy. So we'd add a charging station. Here we put a zombie, turn around a bit and it shoots. They fire using energy, got it? I understand not all of these use the 30mm ammo, which is basically this ammunition here I found earlier. The small caliber shells, okay? So you load these bullets in, theoretically, let's see, and get it working, okay? This would be a turret. We have another one, which is this one here. Well, it's the same one, sorry. You've been here, it's the same one. I'd like to find a new one, please. There's the Wave Force Tower. The problem is that these seem like you can't fully control them yourself, okay? Which I don't really like. I mean, it's cool they're automatic and all, but it'd be nice to control them yourself too, right? I think so. And then there's this huge one that won't even let me place it. Let's see, right click, we set it up. What a massive turret, right? Now this lets you, huh? This one definitely lets you. What kind of holes is this going to make? We can watch it for a moment. Let's go into creative mode so you can see there are different types of turrets. We load it, fire and boom. Let's see if I can destroy that turret. Look, it has a pretty strong cooldown, okay? And just so you can see, there are all kinds of turrets, okay? This turret is totally broken, I'm telling you right now. I don't know how much energy it uses per shot. Probably a ton, right? It has 20 million. I'll remove this. Let's see how much it uses. Boom. Well, it uses 2 million, literally. But of course it destroys any turret. Plus it never misses, you know? The bullet has no spread at all. It just goes straight. Everything goes to sleep. Everything. For a bit of energy, I'd like to know how expensive crafting is, honestly. But there are still more turrets, okay? We have I've shown you almost all of them already. Don't think there are many more. We have this simple one, this giant one that has 3 crafting beacons. There you have it. There you go. This one here would be more explosive, okay? And that's it, okay? With this, we can basically make all the turrets without any problem. Alright, how to use the boat. The boat is also another vehicle, okay? Important discovery. If you put energy inside, it will always stay charged, okay? So you won't need to charge the energy. And it has this weapon, okay? This weapon works with this ammunition here, which is the same ammo for everything. These shells. Let's see. Boom, 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 and almost got it. Great. I figured it out. It's heavy ammo. I don't quite understand why it's called that if it's not explosive or anything. Basically, this is just a machine gun. I mean, it works like all the others. All the others also use heavy ammo, sorry. But what I don't understand is why it says it's 12.7mm caliber. I guess that's how it is, huh? But it uses heavy ammo, right? That's simpler. And, well, as the boat shows, we can move freely across the ocean. Hey, if I crash into the coast for any reason, my health drops, as you can see. Health theoretically regenerates on all devices, okay? And yeah, there's a bit of lag, okay? The models are really well made, but they lag quite a bit. I get that without shaders, definitely without shaders. This runs smoothly, okay? I mean, it runs fine and helps us do a bit of cleanup, so it's pretty cool, right? There it is, everyone's sleeping, the fish too. And that's how the boat works, okay? It can carry up to 5 people, which is pretty cool. And now we've almost recharged our health, as you can see. I don't know if we can see the speed. No, doesn't look like it, but anyway, there it is.